So
You know,
I have noticed discussing with people who believe in the machine view of the world, who believe the world is a computer, that there's not a rational motivation behind this, but mostly an emotional need. Why do a lot of us prefer the company of our laptop instead of the company of other people? Let's be honest, right? You know people in your environment that are like that. It's because it's controllable. We know how it works. And I like computers that way. And so the world is scary because it's not like that at all. But it's very important for us to recognize at a young age that we cannot control what's happening in any complex environment like we can control our own technology in this very private little setting. And even there, I mean, you know how things go wrong with your computer as well. Sometimes there are
yeah,
very real limitations that are very scary and actually emotionally troubling for a lot of people who have a high need for control and security. Okay, so then there's another breed of people that are just happy. They get very claustrophobic in a machine world, and they needed the future to be open. Now, if you look at the evidence that we have from studying our own science and everything like that, there's a paradox in the history of science. If you could predict what science will do in 30 years, for example, what it would discover, then you would have already made the discovery. So since you cannot, predict the entirety of the future of science, we know the universe is open. Yeah, we know that we are limited beings, and what we know about the universe will always be biased, partial, and incomplete, and quite a lot of it probably just plain wrong. And once we've sort of find peace with this very scary world in which we live, in which a lot of it is not understandable, without sliding into the opposite, like this mysterianism that a lot of people have, that they want all this mystery. They say, oh, if we would find, understand the chemistry behind love, love would not be enjoyable anymore. What? Okay, if I know which hormones are involved, I'm still enjoying falling in love just as much as before, because that's the subjective side, the experience of it. And if you have this meta-modern view of how science is anchored, it's a tool for us to understand our world, and the future is fundamentally radically open, and we never know everything with absolute certainty, then you can make peace while still having a certain reassurance. You can be reassured that how we interact with the world can be improved. Still, it's not just anything goes, we're lost. Every opinion is the same. No, some opinions in some situations are better than others, and we can still make that decision based on our experience. What is good for us right now? We just can't know what's good for all times for everybody in the universe, and that's okay, right? I think if you make peace with this, you can have the best of both worlds. You can have the open future, and you can have confidence that you actually have a good tool in science to understand the world as far as it goes.